It really does feel like it's been longer than a week's wait to get back out here in Cabela's Outdoor Adventures. That might have something to do with the hunts we're going on, because at the end of the last video I went and looked, and I've been looking forward to this from pretty much that moment on. We're heading to the Chihuahua region first, and we have tags for 2 bucks and 1 doe for Coues Deer, so that's a deer species we've not gotten to hunt yet. And they're one that I talk about a lot for hoping to eventually see in Call of the Wild, so excited to get out here and go after them. I think we'll actually just get our tags and head straight in. Ooh. Didn't realize that guy was chilling right there, but that looks like a pretty good sized Coues Deer. It's hard to say how big they're gonna get, but they should be smaller than whitetail, and we're actually pretty well in range to take that, so I think let's get zoomed in here, and we'll probably have to aim just a little high.
See if it's a new record.
I think it should be, since it's our first one, but I guess I don't know why it surprises me still. I think it's because I'm so used to, just because I played this game so much as a kid, I was used to not finding that many big deer, but it seems like on this higher difficulty, they are just more common. But I was hoping to see something like that, and go figure, the very first Coues Deer we run into is a pretty good one. It's a drop tines, which has been, as far as I can tell, like the highest total number of points. It's a pretty low score though, at 61. Like, it's a 25 point. I don't know, especially when 425 is the total score, I don't know quite what we're doing wrong there. We even hit him like in the chest. You'd think that would be good. I don't know. Either way.
Congratulations. It's a new high score.
That guy's gonna find his way into the trophy lodge somewhere. I hope he ends up in one of the like full body platforms, but either way, he'll be somewhere in there. And if we can get eyes on one of these, they can't be too far away. But the other reason that I'm really excited for this particular hunt is the big game animals on this map. Yeah, so that right there, of course, is a pronghorn, and one of the missions that we'll get to do a little bit later is actually to go and take a pronghorn, so I'm really excited to do that. I think it might have been a bow hunt. I'm not sure why I seem to remember that, but I think that was the case. This can be our Coues Deer doe tag if we can make the shot. And the way that things have gone, I'm going to assume that somehow this is going to score higher than our buck. Even though the range was similar, I think the shot placement was similar. I'm guessing it's going to go how it seems to go, and that's going to be the case. Yeah, 88 for that one, and we hit it actually nowhere near as well. I probably could find like what the score system is and how it works, but at this point we're pretty well through the game, so I think we're just gonna keep on going.
This one goes on the high scores list.
Hopefully that doesn't end up in any of the better positions in the trophy lodge, but we need to fill one more buck tag, and there's one deer that I don't think was there before southeast of us. So we'll go and take a look over there, and then I honestly think we might just go and do the pronghorn mission, because I'm quite excited to try that. I don't imagine it's supposed to be this easy to find them, but they stick out quite well on this map, and I can see quite a lot of antler on that guy, so we're getting close. I think we have a clear enough shot at the chest. You can kind of see where that should be. And that's going to be our third Coues Deer tag, so didn't take long at all. I actually thought it might be a bit difficult, but like I said, they stick out so well. They're kind of that grayer color on a more brown background. I don't know if we can even see what we got here. It looks like another really good one. Huge, like, drop tine on that. They might just have the same antlers as the whitetail then, but this guy somehow only scores 60. Was a closer shot. He's a 336 total length and 21 point. I really don't understand that. Anyway.
Congratulations. You've completed this season.
We are going to go straight into the pronghorn mission, and I want to see if that was for a bow, because for some reason I seem to remember that. So we're going to go almost all the way to the end. I think it should be either this one. Yeah, so 2 pronghorn antelope with a bow, and each has to be shot, killed, and claimed before shooting the next one. That part shouldn't be too big a deal. I'm not sure if there's any, like, lures for them, so we'll actually take a look in the store,
Feel free to take a look.
just in case that can help us. I mean, I assume that's what the antelope call is,
I think you made a real deal here.
so that probably could serve us quite well.
See you next time.
And other than getting our bow equipped, we'll go ahead and throw that in our inventory as well. And I think we should be good to go. Now, one thing I don't want to do is end up settling for a smaller pronghorn, because I feel like that's what we did for the elk in our first hunt, but that guy looks good. Like, he's got legitimate hooks in his horns, and he's actually quite close. I've not called yet. He's kind of just coming this way, I guess because we're sort of at the edge of the map. I don't know that I will call. He actually looks spooked there. So, we might need to call. But I think that's what we should go for. We'll sort of just watch where he ends up. And that's a decent idea of like how close we can let them get. Meanwhile, he's running by even closer, but we'll sort of follow him. I don't know if I should be this convinced that he's just really good size. But the fact that he's spooked the way he has, and just the fact that he looks a lot bigger than the other we saw, I think he might be, so that's a interesting call. Kind of sounds just like a grunt call. But I guess we'll sort of just set up by this brush. I don't think it matters where we are, but sort of would at least make sense to be in this kind of area. And for the moment at least, I'm not sure he's coming in, but he might just walk into bow range anyway. I think we better get ready, because last time he spooked probably around that far away. Came a little high.
Let's see what you got.
He was just about to spook. Alright. Curious what this guy scores. There's another one right there. Apparently unfazed by the calling we were doing. What does he look like? I mean, I can't tell from here, but I don't see, like, the hooks. We'll get a better look at him. Have to take our time. We might be able to just fill both tags quickly, but I kind of do want to get a look at more of them, so we may let that one go. Like, that actually looks really good. He's a 145 score, whatever that actually means, because scoring has been quite confusing. Got him apparently in the stomach, but 42 yards away. That might be our longest bow shot.
This is a new high score for this species.
And I'm actually looking forward to seeing that in the lodge as well, but there's quite a number of pronghorn we've not seen. That was actually the first one. So, I don't know, there's two this way. Let's just do a bit of looking around, and we'll try to find another one that at least has hooks like that, because I want to get a good one. This is going to be our only chance. I mean, that's definitely smaller, and the one that we were close to before is that one there. I think these two are about the same size, so let's go and check out the two to the west. I think they're the only other two, but we might as well at least take advantage of having this opportunity to kind of look at them all, because usually we just have to shoot the one, but getting to actually have two tags is kind of nice for this kind of thing. We can compare them to one that we've gotten. I think we found the one we want to go after. He's got kind of like the hooks like the first one. They're a little different shape though. I'm pretty sure he's got like maybe wider horns and the hooks don't go down as far. But if we could get him to come in this way, we could definitely get a better look, and hopefully we can get him into bow range, because we know something like 45 meters is how far away they spook from. And for the moment, he's kind of still just walking away from us, so we might need to like let him go feed or bed down, and then get a little closer and try calling, because I don't know if he just doesn't hear us, or why he's not coming in. That looks like another pretty good one. I think he bedded out there. And it's not much different. He's probably about to take off, actually. Maybe he's just going to feed around a little. Let's get past these cactuses. I'd like him to get just all the way clear of them so we have a good shot. He's going to bed again. All right. I think this is going to be our attempt. Oh, I think we hit him in like the neck. But that'll do good enough. I feel like earlier we might have made our longest bow shot, but that has to top it. 55 yards. Hit him actually in the chest. That's apparently a female. 95 score. It looked pretty good, but I guess if nothing else, this time we got our male being the highest
Great
score.
effort out there.
So that is going to get us, for one, a spotting scope, which might be a good thing to carry, but also that's going to bring us to our second hunt in Chihuahua, and this time we have 3 Coues Deer buck tags, and again, no firearm or bow restriction. I like that they restrict it less as you go on, because I feel like the challenge kind of goes away as you unlock more equipment, and for me at least, it's been more about trying to find the best ones. So we'll get our setup redone here again, and before we go, quickly, I think we'll actually go and take a look at the Coues Deer and Pronghorn we have in the Trophy Lodge. So for the moment anyway, I think that's our best buck here. Yeah, the 25 point, which probably would happen pretty rarely for Coues Deer. And I wish his head was just like tilted a little less. We could see it all the way, not hiding behind this little overlay thing. But there's our Pronghorn. Again, they kind of have it in a position that doesn't show off the horns the best. But 145, apparently 10-year-old buck, not bad. And then got one of our does, and I actually like this rack a lot. That's the second one we shot. That was the, I forget what he was, 23 point, 21 point? Another 10-year-old. Definitely don't understand the scoring, but pretty cool to see some of those antlers. And I think we're ready to go, so we'll head out after our next 3 bucks. That's kind of more what I would think of as like a trophy Coues Deer versus just the absolute massive ones that we've shot, but there's going to be a pretty limited number of deer on this map, and the one straight down here in front of us is a doe. So I'm thinking just to kind of get others to spawn, we probably want to take this buck if we can. It's just going to be a matter of where he actually comes through at. He's actually going to walk right into our shooting lane here.
Nice looking trophy.
That'll be 1 out of 3. And hopefully that's going to get others to spawn on the map. And I think there is at least one other deer somewhere, I guess southeast, that we should go and look at. But for now, got our first buck. Why that one scored 168 and is a 11 point, I have no idea.
One of our local farmers is tired of rabbits damaging his crops. Can you go out and get rid of them for us?
5 rabbits. I mean, yeah.
This is a new high score for this species.
Did we not get a 22? So are we then going to be shooting rabbits with a 270? So I've kind of noticed these aren't as fast as the ones on, I think it was Kerr County. That's just not fair. We should not be shooting rabbits with the 270. I don't know if they did that intentionally, or if they like forgot to put the part in where you're supposed to shoot them with a 22. That's a 2 scoring male.
This is a high scoring trophy.
But that will be a new species and something new for the lodge, because we shot, I think, jackrabbits before. Didn't hit either one of those. We might want to just scope out. Okay. That was a little bit bad. What are you doing? This is kind of sad. Alright, got that one. And I guess we gotta reload, so we'll claim that one, which is also a 2 score. And even though we're using up quite a lot of ammo, we can get number 3 here if we shoot decently well. Hopefully. They're kind of a small target, and we have a gun that's sighted in,
Let's see what you got.
kind of high for the ranges that we're shooting, so a bit of a struggle, but they're not going that fast. We should be able to do a little better. So we kind of got ourselves into a pretty good spot here. That's 1. And that'll be 2. So that only took 4 minutes. I don't remember what it took to kill the 4 jackrabbits in Texas, but I feel like it was longer than that. There's a 3 score.
Congratulations. It's a new high score.
I hope that's the one we claimed, because yikes. That would have been unfortunate if we had to go and get another one. Why does that happen? That is the weirdest thing to, like, when no other animals do that. Why specifically the cottontail rabbits just fly away, I have no idea. But anyway, something new for the lodge, something to do during one of these hunts. And now we can get back to trying to fill our buck tags. We're having to work for this at least. That is another pretty big Coues Deer. I think before he goes anywhere, we'll go ahead and get our shot in there. But just finding where he was quite difficult. I think it must have been that his icon on the minimap was kind of hidden behind these couple of rabbits. Because I was convinced for a while there that there just wasn't another buck on the map. I think that's bigger than the one we just shot. He might be in Velvet. Doesn't say anything about it. That one's 209. 14 point. I mean, we're finally getting somewhere score-wise. I definitely don't know why.
This is a high-scoring trophy.
That's number 2. And I think there is another new deer over there. So we'll head back where we kind of just came from and see if we can get that third tag filled. That may very well be the smallest buck that we've seen of any species at all in this entire playthrough. But it seems to be the only buck on the map, so
Let's take a look-see at your trophy.
one of the rare occasions we can actually aim dead on because it was so far away. That was something we did, and I think it was kind of from the experience of our first hunt with a shotgun where we just couldn't get close enough. So we kind of started this rifle in for a bit further away, and it's been kind of unneeded. In that case, it was actually useful. But if this scores higher than those big ones we shot at the beginning, I think it's a little lower. How that's drop tines, I don't have a clue. It's an 8 point, and it looked like just a typical 4x4, so I don't know. Anyway.
Excellent work. Your hunt in this location is over.
That's got us through the Chihuahua region. I do want to check something here. If there are any more hunts. Yeah, so there's a secret level here in the Southern Alps, and there's actually 2 different hunts for us. So those are going to be for next time, but it's actually red deer, and I'm curious what they're going to look like. But we have another desert hunt to go on, and I don't think I mentioned it. That was another part of the reason that I was really excited for this video. We're just spending a bunch of time on the desert maps, but I want to go and do this Bighorn hunt. We got to take one with a shotgun from under 40 yards while it's drinking. That part I'm not sure about, but under 40 yards, I don't know that we'll need a shotgun with a scope. We might see if we can get one. Now, I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong, but I can't seem to find a shotgun that I can actually put the shotgun scope on. So we have the over-under, and I mean, we're going for like a shot under 40 meters, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And to help us with that, I did pick up the rangefinder, so hopefully that's gonna be able to pretty much guarantee us that we're within range. And let's check. The only water on the entire map is up here in the northeast, so I'm gonna guess that's where we need to be going. And I don't know if eventually they just go and drink there, if we gotta set up and wait on them, but there's none in that general direction, kind of some a little bit more directly north. But if we get there first, that would probably be good. This mission has given me so much trouble, but I think we might finally have things in place to complete it. We have a bighorn down there by the water. I think it's actually a good sized ram, and as long as he stays where he's at, we should be good. I've been able to actually get a couple of females. I just didn't claim them because I don't want to shoot a female bighorn. They actually don't even have horns in this game, and that just wouldn't look good in the trophy lodge. So what seems to work is as long as we're under 40 yards and we take the shot while their head's actually down and they're drinking, that seems to be allowed. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to sneak to within 40 of this guy, which for the bighorn doesn't seem too bad. And hopefully we can get the shot off while he's actually drinking. Kind of getting there. Of course, now we almost were in range, and he's going to start walking away from the water. I have kind of seen them just go back to drinking, although he's sort of walked further than I would have liked. I'm not sure if he's just gonna leave. To be honest, everyone that's kind of called has just continued on their way. I guess, I mean, at this point, he's under 40. We had that fallow deer hit the feeder and leave, and that worked. Let's just see what happens.
Nice looking trophy.
If we take him. Alright. I actually didn't even mean to do that, but I'm quite impressed. They have a reload animation for just having fired one shot, but anyway, maybe the fact that he was drinking and left was enough? But yeah, 244 scoring Bighorn Ram,
This is a high-scoring trophy.
and that was all it took.
One more mission under your belt.
So we'll go back and look at that in the lodge, but I can't tell you how much time was spent trying to do that. I mean, obviously, the Bighorn aren't the best looking animal in this game, but they're one of the best displayed like non-deer species because you can at least see the full curl here, like versus our Pronghorn from earlier that just doesn't show off the horns very well. I definitely like the Bighorn, so that's a plus anyway. It was a 11-year-old 244 scoring ram after a bunch of effort, and just to explain that, I guess we'll scroll through the lodge super quickly from what we got today. Basically, waiting was doing nothing, and kind of like spawning over and over until a Bighorn would be drinking there was working, but it kept on just being a female, so I mentioned that I was able to test it a bit with some of the females, and basically just figure out what was going to work and what wasn't, and we had that fallow deer from last week that gave us a little bit of insight that maybe taking that shot while he was walking away would work, and it did. And now we got this guy in our lodge and one more of these platforms filled, and I like that as we go through these missions, getting the lodge more and more actually filled. So got the secret level to do, and then it's going to be down to just missions. I don't know if it says, yeah, it doesn't give us a number of what we've completed versus what's left, but a couple more videos and we'll actually be done with Cabela's Outdoor Adventures, and I'm enjoying this, and I'm glad that the missions are actually there to do. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.